Greetings there, travelers. Welcome back to the Inn of the Seven Dice. Oh, it is hot outside. I never thought that I would be having finally one of these. What are these things called?
Slurpees.
Oh, a Slurpee? Yeah, well, Wingover decided to go out and do a little bit of dimension hopping, and I said it's way too damn hot. Come bring us back something nice. And brought back these, Slurpees. Real good, though. Oh, my nose. Okay, Traveler's is gonna be a minute. Why don't you go over to speak to Wingover?
Greetings there, travelers. It's me, Wingover Gimble, famous gnome bad. I'm just sitting here enjoying a Slurpee. That's pretty much been my day. Oh, it's just so hot out. You know, it's one of those days where, like, you want to go outside, because when you look through the window, you're like, oh, that looks nice. So maybe I'll take a stroll down near the docks or something like that. And then you open up the door to go outside, and that wave of heat hits you, and you go, nope, and you close it. Then decided to fire up this old portal doohickey thing in the back, and it takes you to random places sometimes. Sometimes it actually works. But I got to go to this one place that sold Slurpees, and I had these before, and I was just so delighted. I brought one back for Michael, and Michael keeps getting brain freeze. Not me, though. I'm seasoned. I know what I'm doing. Take your time. Enjoy it. Go through the ride of the Slurpee. Oh, right. I'm supposed to be telling you about Ballad. Okay, yeah. All right, yes. Where were we last time? Oh, yes, Ronnie. Ronnie set up that town. Finally, the long con of finding the clone, getting out of the big picture and just sitting off the side and doing what Ronnie does best, playing music in shifty bars. So Ronnie is excited. But today, we're going to be following along with Kalsaur, Draxir, and Borodon. But first, we have this, we have a BattleBards person. Why are you working for BattleBards?
I enjoy folly work.
Really? I thought mind flayers were more like, researching things for Millennium, fighting Githyanki and Githzerai, like, doing that kind of thing.
No, not all of us. Do you want me to do the BattleBard spiel?
You know what? Sure, why not? We've had them all now. All right, Michael. Check off Mind Flare.
Come to BattleBards if you wish to bring your games. The sounds such as transdimensional screaming. Or perhaps you want the howling souls of your departed. Maybe you need the sounds of your gladiatorial experiments crushing each other with random weapons you found outside. They have it all at battlebards.com.
Okay, you can go sit over there now. You'd think that I wouldn't be scared anymore, right, travelers? I watched a giant creature come down from the sky and destroy a third of a planet. I've danced with gods. I've been out there. I've done the adventuring gig, but there are just some creatures. They give me the heebie-jeebies. Travelers, before I bounce into this, we got a little bit of fan mail here. Let's pull it open. This one is from Andrew Palmer. 5 stars. Immersive narrative. Amazing audio quality. Fun PCs with a brilliant DM. Why haven't you started listening yet? Why, thank you, Andrew. They are actually the GM of another show called Chasm Quest, where they do a lovely tale where they sail out to new lands, new elven lands, and actually side with the locals there to try to stop the old weary tale of colonialism. Instead, they wish to turn the tides and make sure the people have their home for themselves. You should stick around to the end, travelers. We We have a special trailer from Chasm Quest. Alright, travelers, where did I leave off? So we have our three. We have Draxir, Kalsaur, and Borodon. Last we saw of them, they were being ripped through a portal. We didn't know what was going to happen. We don't know where they're heading to. Kalsaur's map had unfurled and opened up this portal, and arms were drawing them in. Let us join them with the Sins of the Silver Shield, Part 1.
Hey, I'm Brett, and I'm playing Kalsaur, the Tiefling Paladin
and chosen of Yetifa.
Hi, I'm Humberto, and I'm playing Borodon, Dwarven Cleric and Chosen of Time.
Hey, I'm Jason, and I'll be playing Draxir, the Dragonborn Artificer
And chosen of Machines.
We begin where all of you are ripping through this portal. These ghostly hands grab onto you, pulling you in, and you find yourselves all traveling through this tunnel. Light is bending, colors are swirling. You are going past planets. You are going past stars. You are going past solar systems. Everything is just flying by you until you see your destination. And you rip through the other end of the portal, stumbling forward. The first thing to hit you, as the sensation of falling suddenly stops, is the smell of wood smoke. It immediately fills your nose as you are hit with a soft, cold wind. You look around to see an overcast sky and the remnants of a village. Burned out husks of buildings are all that remains as the scorched earth leaves nothing to grow. An old twisted forest lies just beyond this burned out village, but no sounds of animals can be heard from it. As one of you takes a step forward, you hear the snap and look down to see you're all standing on dozens of burned bodies. You are all standing on a mound of skeletal remains. The clothing, flesh, hair, all that has been mostly burned away. You see each body has a set of horns, some larger than others, and weapons of fine make are scattered about on the ground.
Oh, no. No. Oh my god, what happened? What the hell happened here?
This is horrible, but
Who did this? Who did this? Fuck.
I'm just gonna kind of sidle up to Kalsaur, put an arm around his shoulder, kind of steady him.
What the hell is happening?
Why don't you go take a seat somewhere?
Is this my home? Is it all been burnt to the ground? Is there nothing?
All we can do is look around right now, Kalsaur. Maybe we can find out what happened.
I think you can use, that spell for me to, see what happened in the past. I think I do have it, but I don't think that I have it memorized.
Oh, you mean like your special ability from like your time magic, where you can touch something and then see into the past or future of it?
Yeah. So, I'm going to use that spell.
Sure.
I think you just mentioned that I had that, and it's just, part of, the time domain.
Yeah, it's just like how Kalsaur has, a fire sword and that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I just grab, what would be the closest to a memento. I'll get, the piece of jewelry.
So you grasp on to this piece of jewelry, Borodon, and start concentrating. You feel the flow of time ripple around you. And the rest of you all see this as well. You can all see now that Borodon is projecting this memory all around you. you see suddenly these buildings are whole, but they're on fire. The sky is this blackened color filled with smoke. You see there are people much like Kalsaur. They have these tiefling horns. They have this silvery whitish hair. Some of them have darker hair. You see all these tieflings are running about. Some of them are fighting back against armored individuals. Others are just trying to run to safety. You actually see now, as the memory starts forming more and more, the armor is the armor of the Order of the Silver Shield, the very paladin order that Kalsaur is a part of. And you watch as a number of these tieflings are being slain. Some order members are being cut down. This one man walks up, and he has this bandage over a part of his face, and he's carrying this little tiefling boy under him. And there's blood on the tiefling, there's blood on him, and he looks as pale as a ghost. He looks over and speaks to another man who suddenly appears in front of all of you, and you recognize this other man as the paladin Dan Bright. And the other man is holding the tiefling boy, says, Stevenson, sir. My name is Devin Stevenson. I found the boy being held by his parents, and I managed to secure him. Please take him. Dan, who has a bandage over one of his arms that's in a sling, and the fighting is ongoing all around, doesn't seem fazed by this, looks grimly at Stevenson and nods, and takes Kalsaur without saying a word. You watch as Devin starts walking back to this burning village, slowly muttering to himself, I did the right thing. I did the right thing. I did the right thing. And just walks away. Dan turns and throws Kalsaur over his shoulder and starts heading towards this glowing cyan portal that opens up. And just as you watch as Dan disappears, the house that Stevenson walked into completely collapses, and you're just watching these tieflings around you are being slain. People are screaming and crying out as you are all just watching this massacre that these paladins are enacted.
Enough, I've seen enough. Please, make it stop. Please.
But the memory keeps going, and it keeps playing.
Please, I can't see anymore. Borodon, please.
Can I feel the heat?
Yeah, it really feels like you're here in this moment, but all the people themselves look like shades.
Oh.
No, stop this! Stop this! You
Won't stop, can't stop, Kalsaur.
stop killing. What are you doing?
The portal is behind you that Dan is going towards, so Dan is coming basically straight at you with this young Kalsaur slung over his shoulder.
I run up to punch the shade of Dan. You son of a bitch! Ah!
And you fall right through the shade with a shimmer of cold going over you as you collapse onto the ground, and it's quickly replaced by the heat of the flames.
Is there, like, any source of water close by?
I mean, the village is there. It is on fire, but there is like a sizable village.
What I can do is look for, like, this source of water, because they probably have a well. A village without a well is not a village. It's just a death sentence. I'll just tell Kalsaur, my friend, you need to calm down. I'll try to reverse, like, this situation.
I'm kind of traumatized right now, so I'm kind of just like...
Just kind of like crippled into inaction through grief.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to console Kalsaur, and actually I'll touch him on the shoulder and cast heroism.
So you're going to leave the healer of the group wandering alone? Okay.
You always split up. That's what you'll do. Plus, Borodon's like a tank.
I know. It's because I'm literally just like a huge barrel of HP, You know?
But I mean, like, how far are you really going to go looking for a well?
I don't know. Maybe it was like a metropolis of a village.
You also have thaumaturgy, so if you need to yell for help, you have pretty good range on that screaming voice.
Unless they cover my mouth, and then you guys will never know.
Oh my god, you're all so dramatic. So Draxir, you cast Heroism on Kalsaur, and this energy flows through you, Kalsaur. It helps giving you a little more control over yourself. You feel it just like pumping right through you. You're able to stand properly and take deep breaths.
You also get 5 temporary hit points, by the way.
Oh.
So Borodon, you start walking towards the village. You are making it through. All this smoke is causing your eyes to water, burning your nose. You see these translucent figures fighting one another, some running into buildings, others running into the woods, and that you see paladins chasing after them. You are making it through this village. The smells of the wood, the burning flesh, the blood in the air, and you finally make it through. After walking for maybe 5 minutes, you do see a large well in what must be the center of this small village. You see a number of burning buildings around it.
So I get to the well. Can I try before that? Can I try like speaking with the dead? With no, I forget it. I mean, but it would be hard to get their attention, right? Because I mean, it's easy to speak with the dead when there's just a corpse.
I think you could still muster it. I think if you wanted to try, you could definitely make an attempt.
I don't think that it's going to be very helpful, especially because I know what happened. So I mean, I could get like a very specific information of someone who died, but I mean, at the end of the day, I don't think it's going to be like any different from what I'm seeing.
That's fair.
You know, so I'll just try to, you know, get like as much information as I can from my surroundings, and then I'll use like spells for that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is like I'm just going to check if there is water. Is there like any water inside of that well?
Yeah, it's at a very good level.
Like how much water? Can I raise the water enough to start like flooding the city?
You think so, yeah.
Okay, so that's what I'll do. All I'm going to do is just like, I'm not going to make the water like, I don't know if that's the right term, but like agitated or anything like that.
Okay, so you're gonna have it like bubbling up, like coming out of there.
Yeah, it's just like a clogged toilet. You know, that's basically what it is. No, not the bubbling part.
All right, yeah.
Flowing out like a fountain.
So it's slow at first when you're casting this spell, but as you finally get a hold of this water, you manage to get it start flooding outwards. And it's coming out of this well, not like a geyser, but like it's coming out at a good steady pace. And the water is flowing outward, the hissing sounds, the flames is going out. And as this water is going and putting out the fire, the shades are slowly starting to disappear. These echoing voices just trailing off into the ether. And Kalsaur, you and Draxir are standing just kind of like on the outskirts of this village, a little ways from where you first originally came in, that mound. And you now see there's water starting to flood out of the village, putting out these fires, the shades disappearing, and it's coming towards you. You see this water's like a murky black mixed with all the ash that it's been going through.
What's going on?
It's probably Borodon that he wanted to put out the little fires.
Oh god, my head.
I'm sorry, Kalsaur.
Is there anything else you wanted to do at the well, Borodon?
I mean, there is no point of me staying at the well, but what I wanted to see is if there is, like, anything of interest close by.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and roll me an investigation.
So I got 22.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you're definitely going to find something. Let's first quickly go over to Kalsaur and Draxir, and then we'll come up with what you found.
What's going on? What do we do?
Well, I guess we should go find Borodon, if you don't mind. Or we should find somewhere to rest for a bit. It's been quite the experience for you already.
Find Borodon.
Okay. And then I guess we'll look around for him. I don't know if we have a good lead on where we would think he is from there.
The village isn't super big. It doesn't take very long. You start walking towards the source of the water, because the water is clearly flowing from somewhere. And it doesn't take you very long to find the well and Borodon at it. But Borodon, as you're standing at this well, you were looking around, just scanning your surroundings, just to see, is there anything that is standing out? And one thing catches your eye immediately. There is a cell door. This one building that's half collapsed, the front of the wall is completely gone. You see a pristine cell door is inside of there. It doesn't make any sense. And Kalsaur, you and Draxir come trudge your way through the water, and you make it up to where Borodon is.
There, Kalsaur. There's no more fire. You're good now.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, can I check, like, the cell door?
Yeah. So, you two now see this as Borodon is walking towards it. This pristine cell door in this burned out building. And Borodon, as you come up to this cell door, you kind of give it a little bit of a rattle, a little bit of a shake, and you can tell that it's open. It's not locked at all.
Okay, so I just open, like, the cell door.
So Borodon, you open this cell door. It swings open with a slight creak. And looking inside this area, you couldn't see through the bars before, but now that the door itself is open, you see this is a cell. It is completely made out of stone. There is a cyan blue light that's illuminating it. In one corner, you can see a cot. In another corner, you can see basically what looks like a toilet. There is a few amenities in here, but it's very bare bones. You see, sitting on the cot, knees up to their chest, there are tear streaks down their soot-covered face. There's a little tiefling boy. And you realize this is Kalsaur. This is Kalsaur from what must be when he was maybe 8 to 10 years old.
Is it possible for me to send a message to the past? It's like a very simple message to Kalsaur in the past.
Yeah, that's something you could do.
It's just like it's more of like a soothing message, you know, rather than, you know, like trying to screw up the past. It's just like...
Kalsaur never existed. It was all in your imagination.
Yeah. It's just like I was just going to say that, like, the best is yet to come. Like, for him not to, like, lose his faith, because the best is yet to come.
All right, for sure. Make me a caster check.
Okay, so I'm going to use my inspiration. I mean, because, you know, just in case things, like, head sideways. My first one was 11, and my second one, 22. I'll go to the young Kalsaur.
So Draxir and Kalsaur, you come into this cell and you see Borodon there, and Borodon, you crouch down to Kalsaur, and as you concentrate using your chronomancy, a soft light glows around you, and you whisper these words, these reassuring words to help comfort this crying Kalsaur so far in the past. And Kalsaur, you remember words of comfort, but always in your memories it was Yegditha who was whispering comforting words to you when you were trapped in those cells, and the cell was in your village, and now you're watching. Those words were from Borodon.
I just wanted to reassure, like, young Kalsaur.
You're all watching this, and the cell door behind you closes. And this young Kalsaur is sitting there and wipes away a few tears, nodding as though they can hear Borodon clearly. And they lie down on their cot and stare up at the ceiling as their eyes slowly close. And this young Kalsaur is gone. And the cell door behind you slowly swings open, but it's no longer a cell door, it's a closet door. And you can hear the sounds of scuffling and fighting that are ringing out in the distance. And you can once more feel the heat coming from that door, but you see there's a number of clothes that are immediately in that door, blocking your view.
I'm gonna go through the closet.
Yeah, I'll go too, with Kalsaur. We're in Narnia now.
Yeah. As the three of you push apart these clothes, making your way into this closet, the door behind you closes and now it's just a wall. You look forward and you see this young Kalsaur is standing there, about the same age as the one before, but they're in a clean set of clothes, clean tunic and pants, and they're looking over at this woman that, Borodon, you recognize to be Kalsaur's mother, as you've seen her before in a dream. She's crouched down near Kalsaur's face, and she has her hands on both of his shoulders. Kalsaur, I need you to be really strong and brave for me. I need you to just hide in this closet, and no matter what happens, I need you to stay there. Stay there and be safe, Kalsaur, no matter what you hear, okay?
I can fight them now, Mom. I'm stronger now. I can fight them.
The young Kalsaur nods his head, and both of them do not hear your words as you're shouting out. You see that your mother is wearing what appears to be leather armor. She has a spear that's leaning against a wall, and there's a few knives that are tucked into her belt, and she kisses you on the forehead, Kalsaur. You can feel it as you're standing there looking down at your younger self. Your younger self is being pushed back towards the closet. And your mother, she looks at you, she smiles, and then grabs the spear and goes into the next room.
No, Mom, don't go out there. No.
You hear the sounds of scuffling in the other room, combat, and then suddenly they stop. The spear clatters to the ground, blood starts to spill into the room that you're in. A boot walks over the body, and you see as Devin Stevenson is walking into this room, looking right at the young Kalsaur, face pale, and they go and grab the screaming young you and begin to drag you away. And now you see, as you are all standing in this room, the closet door is closed, and there's just an entryway that's leading into the next room, but it's, instead of the normal red flame that you saw that was illuminating this area, now it is once more a cyan blue light that is illuminating the next room.
What is this? Oh my God, I don't know what this is about. Was my whole life a lie? I need to know. I need to know more.
Well, as long as you're sure, then let's press on and see all that happened here.
I have to find out. I have to know the truth.
I'll just kind of walk like right beside Kalsaur to support him.
Thank you, Draxir.
Again, am I supposed to change the past? I mean, I can. I can't
Probably
literally...
very carefully.
I mean, but what's the point? What am I supposed to do? I mean, Kalsaur is what he is now because of everything that happened. I mean, so, Brent, did Kalsaur feel any different after what I said? You know, like, do you have like a recollection of you know, me saying something to you, or like not at all?
I have recollection of something missing.
Like it's just a hole then.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's just missing something. Okay, so what I'm going to do, Lucas, is... You want me to do something now?
I want to keep going.
Do you want your past to be changed?
Can't change this.
Oh, but that's where you're wrong, my friend. But it's volatile as hell. So...
The problem is, If you change this, though, what's gonna happen? Like, if you change this, then I won't exist.
Sure.
Or something. We don't know what could happen. Or something even worse could happen than this.
That's true. I mean, what I could try to do is maybe like scaring the soldier, right? And then maybe let go of you and you can try running away. But if you don't want me to change anything, I won't do anything. This is literally your life. This is literally your past. And I'm not going to
If I run away, though, I wouldn't be trained. And then we wouldn't be here today.
Like I said, it's up to you.
Let's keep going forward.
Alright, we'll find out the whole truth here, Kalsaur.
Let's find out.
I guess we chase after that image.
So you follow after Devon, who is dragging Kalsaur into the next room where you had heard Kalsaur's mother fighting him. As you go towards this room with the cyan light bleeding outward, you find yourselves stepping into an empty stone hallway. The cyan blue light is flooding this place. Kalsaur, you recognize this as the Silver Shield headquarters. You can tell from the masonry, you can see the emblems, the tapestries that are along the walls, depicting the greatness of Yegditha and the Order. You see there are these torches with the cyan blue flame that are dotting along the way. As you are all progressing down this path, you see there are these massive statues of these paladins who've existed in this order that has transcended through time. You continue marching down until these statues are actually replaced with actual paladins. These paladins are lining the walls, standing steady, with their hands on their swords and shields raised. You see a young Kalsaur walking through this procession of paladins, looking terrified, not understanding what's happening. At the very end of this procession where Kalsaur ends up standing, you see this massive, radiant ball of blue cyan flame. It must be at least 40 feet tall. It is beyond anything what you've seen before. You are looking at this flame, this god. You are looking at an actual god that is emanating power. And the voice of Yegditha booms through this hallway to Kalsaur.
He was ready. Kalsaur, it is time for you to be rid of this Sora. I'm sorry that I must do this to you. But believe me, when I say that it is truly for the good of this universe and all who exist inside of it.
This energy ripples out, this fire coats this young boy. As he screams out in pain, sigils appear on Kalsaur's forehead. His eyes light up with the blue flames as you watch as Kalsaur's destiny of being a vessel for Yegditha is slowly being fulfilled. Kalsaur, your memories are starting to flood back. You see bits and pieces, fragments coming through, dinners that you spent with your family, times you pretended to be a hero in the woods. You remember bits of times with your grandmother, with other people in the village, but it's all so fragmented as you're watching the other Kalsaur have his memories sealed, twisted and turned, the seal on your mind finally cracking and breaking as Yegditha no longer has the hold on you he once did. You stare at this god as they corrupt your mind in the past, and your mind now in the present is being freed. The flames stop. The hallway is empty. You're all standing there with no one else here. You see the sigils from Kalsaur's head slowly fade.
Oh, I remember now. My character remembers everything now?
It's all there, but your brain has to process it, so it's like you have it fragmented at the moment.
But I do know that part of what the Silver Shield did and what my parents really are?
Yeah, everything you saw today, you have clear memories of. You have memories of when Borodon reached out to you. You have memories when the Order had attacked your village. You know everything that had happened, and it's now clear in your mind.
I'm remembering some things. They took my memories.
You mean like the Silver Shield?
Yeah.
It seems like you were their plan all along.
Family. Is there another door I can keep going to find out more?
Where Yagditha was, this large alcove, you see there is a door that appears as you mention it, and it's this old wooden-looking door. Very worn. There's a brass doorknob.
Let's keep going.
All right.
Let's do it.
You step through this door, and you're all met with the scent of wildflowers. The sunlight gleams bright. The sky is a cloudy blue. You look around and see there's this small wooden house that's set up. You see there's a garden off to the side of it. There's a table outside with a couple chairs. You see that looking around, the rest of the village is in its proper state. You see all the houses are decorated with beautiful imagery. This humble village has once more reached its prime. The ground is no longer covered in soot, ash, and blood. Now it's grass and well-worn paths. You see the well is standing there in the center of the village. There's small little shops, and you watch as these Nephilim wander to and fro, speaking with one another.
I think this was my home.
I thought we literally saw your past.
This has to be... This is my true home.
I think that if you stop, like, doubting the idea... No, not like doubting the idea, but like, if you consolidate the idea that this is your home, it will probably help your memories. Because then you'll have a foundation for them.
Can I go explore the town, see where my house was?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So I do that. Or if I remember where my house is, would I remember where my house is at this point, or...?
It takes a little bit. You're wandering. You're recognizing little things here and there, like, oh, that's one of the flower pots that I accidentally knocked over one time when I was playing, and another one of the villagers had to restore it using magic. Or, I remember that tree. I used to climb up there all the time and pretend that I was this great archer shooting off arrows at the enemies, and you're going through this village, and bits and pieces are coming back to you. Familiar faces are looking at you and walking past, just giving you a quick smile as they're on their way. And you finally find it. Your home. The home that you would practice sword fighting outside with your father. The home where your mother would teach you essential survival skills, as well as read to you, teach you music, and just help you grow into the tiefling that you were meant to be. And you see, sitting outside, there's this table that's set up, and a few chairs around it. You see your grandmother, your father, and your mother, and they're looking over at you.
I guess I go up and approach them. Hi, I don't know if you know me, who I am, but my name is Kalsaur.
As you say this and you approach your family, they stare at you with warm smiles, and your father pulls a chair out for you. Your mother says, "Of course we know who you are. We've been watching you this whole time, Kalsaur."
You have? But... I don't remember. There's so much that I don't understand. And what happened to me? What happened to my memories?
Your father makes a pained face as he looks up at you. We couldn't defend you. We couldn't keep you safe. The Order took you and they took your memories. I'm sorry, son.
So, my whole life, the history of all the abuse from my so-called family, was that all a lie?
Your mother is trying to muster up a straight face as you watch as tears well up in her eyes. They took everything from you, Kalsaur. They needed you to hate us so that you wouldn't hate them, so that you would do their mission for them. They stole my son in every way possible.
This whole time, my whole life, this whole time, I hated every single one of you, and it was all for nothing.
Your family stands up. Your father, your mother, your grandmother, they all go to you, and they hold you while you're just being hit with this wave after wave. Just there's so much emotion to process. It's overwhelming. And these memories, these fragments are coming at you at such high speed. It's so much to take in. It's so much to think about. Your chest is heavy. Your legs feel weak. Your brain is swimming with new memories. And your family holds you.
Silver Shield. They killed you, didn't they?
You hear your grandmother. Yes, Kalsaur, they did.
Damn it! All because of me!
Your family holds you for a few minutes while you're letting all this out. And your father and mother are the first to break the embrace while your grandmother is still helping support you. You look over and your parents are standing there. And in one hand, your father is holding this black energy. In one hand, your mother is holding this white energy. Your mother says to you, Kalsaur, you are finally able to have a choice in the matter. You do not have to just follow what Yegditha wants of you. You can break free. Yegditha told you that there was the prophecy of you being a vessel for him, and that much is true. But there's a prophecy that you were going to be the Nephilim that would help our people, that would free us, that would give us a home. And we believe that. We still do. You can take our power. You can take the power of everyone in this village. You can use the Nephilim's ability and cast aside what Yegditha has forced into you. This is your choice, Kalsaur. And their hands move together.
So as they are like, putting those two energies together, I sort of like protect myself. Like...
Puts up a golden arm.
Yeah, exactly. Like waiting for the worst.
So as you two brace yourselves for something terrible to happen, as there's been far too much of it lately, Their hands come together, and you watch as this necrotic and radiant energy swirl, and you expect an explosion, because the laws of magic say that these two energies cannot coexist, but you see the power of the Nephilim. You watch as the powers of life and death swirl and dance in this chaotic storm. You see them control and manipulate both these spectrums of energy without any issue. Your father looks to you, Kalsaur. Are you ready to accept this path? Do you want to move away from what Yegditha is offering you and accept the power of our people?
Yeah, I do. The Silver Shield took everything from me. Took my identity, took my people, and it took my family. I will honor both of your memories, and I will fight Yegditha. I accept that power.
You reach out and shove your hand into this swirling vortex of energy, and it rips through your body. You feel as the flames are being pushed out. The power is leaving you through your fingers, through your eyes, through your mouth. You feel it ripping apart out of your body as Yegditha is being forced out of you. And this new energy is flowing in. It feels like your whole body is about to explode. There's so much raw power flowing in and out. And suddenly, rippling away from you, is this identical version of you, this Kalsaur, but wreathed in blue flames. Their hair is blue flames, their eyes, everything. This other Kalsaur is standing there now. This Yegditha. You collapse to the ground for a moment, down to one knee. Your parents put hands on either of your shoulders. You look up at them and look over to this duplicate form of yourself. And your mother says, "It's time, Kalsaur. It's time for you to finally vanquish this god. You can do this alone or with your friends, but it must be done."
My snap reaction would be to run up and take out my trident and hold it at the throat of this cerulean blue Kalsaur that popped out.
Okay, what I'm going to do is... I don't know if I'll be able to, but considering that I probably read about possessions before, I would like to reach out, to my memories to see, in these situations where when the possessing creature leaves the body, the host, if he's the one that's supposed to fight the creature, if he's fit to fight, if he should fight the creature on his own, or if people usually help the host.
Roll me a religion check.
So I got 20.
So there are times where a host has been drained or just incapable of fighting and other people can slay the creature. But you also know if the host loses here, more than likely the host's soul will be consumed and they'll be gone forever and the creature will have their body.
I'll be ready, but if Kalsaur says anything about, if he mentions, I want to do this on my own, then I would oblige.
So Kalsaur, you rise to your feet. You look to your family. You look to your friends. And you look to your captor, Yegditha, the being you trusted For so many years, the being you thought had raised you to do right, the one who held your body captive, well, you fought in this war. And now you must make that choice.
Oh, poor Kalsaur. The poor, I guess no longer tiefling, the poor Nephilim never gets a break. It's one thing after another, you know. That every time Kalsaur's like, today's the day, don't worry friends, I'm here with you. It's just, boom, hits him right again. Oh, the poor guy. Hopefully once this is all done, they can just relax, you know, like, actually just relax. Oh, well, travelers, at least Kalsaur has Borodon with them and Draxir, or else I don't think Kalsaur would have made it this far, honestly. There is some heavy stuff that Nephilim is going through. If you've enjoyed our story here, be sure to hop on over to the Podchaser or the iTunes and leave us a review. It helps a lot getting our show noticed, and also it really inspires the people here at Ballad of the Seven Dice. And if you want to hear more good tales from us, you can head on over to our Patreon, where we have a number of different audio drama tales and one-shots and character audio journals. And even at the moment, we're doing a choose-your-own-adventure audio drama that's linking with the show that's going on right now on the Twitch. Yes, Twitch. The Rise of Nyarlathotep. So there's a lot of interactive fun going on there. So be sure to check it all out. Alright, travelers, make sure you stick around near the end. There's a promo for Chasm Quest. They're a wonderful, very funny, another bardic group that tells a tale of people traveling to new lands, great hijinks, and frightening creatures that live within the ice. Until next time, travelers, I shall go finish my Slurpee. I bid you all adieu.
Hi, we're Chasm Quest. Come with us as we voyage across the Chasm Sea and into a heroic adventure into a new world. The quest is dangerous,
I want to ride that sword down his body, like just like split him in half.
mysterious,
There's something about the new lens. There's nothing that can prepare us for what's to come.
and very, very rowdy.
We lick each other's nostrils.
God!
Listen to Chasm Quest, all one word, everywhere podcasts are streamed. Now, let's set sail.